Okay, thanks for joining us. Here we go with a fourth video here is how to write a point slope equation given a point and a slope. And then we're going to take that equation and we're going to convert it into slope intercept. And that's going to be this equation here, and that's going to go into slope intercept. And the general form of slope intercept is going to be y equals mx plus b. We could go through the derivation of where this formula comes from, but we're just going to keep it very basic and very quick. And we'll let you know that the point slope formula is y minus y1 equaling to m times x minus x1. Now we have this point, and that point is going to be used to fill in for this x value, and also this y value here is going to go into here, and our slope is going to come into there. So we have all the necessary information. We just have to plug it into our equation. And so let's do that. The first one is y minus, that's part of the formula, so y minus, I'm going to plug in a -2 for my y1, equaling, my slope is 2/5, so I'm going to throw that in for my m, 2/5, and my next value here is x minus, and I'm going to get that from here. This is the point, and 3 is my x value, so x minus 3. We're going to clean this up. This minus here is going to get cleaned up with y plus 2 equals 2/5 times the quantity x minus 3, which is the same thing I have here. So this is the final point slope formula, and from that we would be able to find our point, which in this case is 3 -2, 3 over, -2 down, and from there we would do our slope of 2/5, which is to say up 2 over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put another point. So we go up 2 to the right 5, and then we'd also go down 2 and left 5. And it would end up somewhere over here, and that would create this line right here. So you can see the ease at which we can graph a point given a slope. If we have a point and slope, we can see where we start. We started at that point, and then we do our slope of 2/5, or negative down, -2 and -5, which by the way is also 2/5. Alright, so I went into that a little bit more than I wanted to, but maybe that helps you. Here we are now going to do our second part, which is to convert this equation, which is in point slope, and maybe we want it in slope intercept. So let's do that. The first thing we have to do is to distribute the 2/5. Ultimately, we want to put it into y equals mx plus b, which just means that we're solving for y. We're getting all y all by itself. So distributing that 2/5, and you can check another video that I've made, I think it's YouTube 3, is how to distribute with a fraction. In this case, it's 2/5 x, and this is positive, this is negative, so it's going to give you a minus, and 2/5 times 3 is going to be the same as 6 over 5. And now we have to bring over this 2. So we want to solve for y. We're going to bring over this 2. I can subtract 2 from both sides. It's going to be equal if I subtract 2 from both sides. This will create a fancy form of 0. And I'll have y equals 2/5 x. And now we have to do minus 6/5 with a -2. So now you got to go back to your fractions. 6/5 and -2. The common denominator here is a 5, which makes this a 5, which makes it 10/5. So we have 6/5 and -2, and we're combining those. They're both going in the same direction, so we can essentially add them. 6/5 and 10/5 is -16/5. And now we have our final version of our slope intercept equation. Y equals 2/5 x minus 16/5. And if your teacher wants you to convert that into a nice number here, like a mixed number, it would be 2/5 x minus 3 1/5. which is kind of what we see here in this sketch that we made. 1, 2, 3, and maybe a fifth more. That's another way to look at it. So there's your final version. I hope you got something out of the video. 5.5 minutes of your time. If you want me to make other videos, please email me here, ariasrick@hotmail.com. I'm sure this video is going to go viral. Thank you and have a good day.